This is the Fox 5 News Block.
Developing at this hour, both pro-Hamas and pro-Israel protesters gathering at Barnard College. It is day 2 of a tense situation there. And the very latest on the mysterious deaths of actor Gene Hackman, his wife, and their dog, who police say were all dead for days before being discovered. Good afternoon, I'm Bianca Peters. Welcome to the News Block. Taking a live look outside in those stories in just a moment, but here's what it looks like as of right now. Taking a look here at Midtown in Manhattan. Liv Johnson here with more on the weather. It's a little dreary out there, Liv.
It's a little dreary. It's been a little soggy this morning and this afternoon, but you can kind of tell on the satellite radar behind me that we have gotten through the most of it. And it's not been that much heavy rain. It's just been pretty consistent for the past couple of hours. Now it'll become more scattered. Most of us will dry up. See, this is on the Futurecast at 5 o'clock. Still a little bit of some lingering moisture for some areas out east because this is the way that the system is moving. But most of us are done by dinner time. Your commute should be pretty fine. And then those clouds are going to break up. Tomorrow we're going to have a mostly sunny day, so those clouds will stay away. We do have a system passing us to the north, so there's a slight risk that we could see another shower tomorrow evening, maybe some snowflakes falling in Monticello and Poughkeepsie, but still the risk is pretty low and we look dry for Saturday and Sunday. Current temperatures in the mid-50s. Some of us still stuck in the 40s, like Long Island's 47 and Bridgeport is 46, and we have lower 40s for Hartford and Poughkeepsie, but still way above average for this time of year. We are going to cool down a little bit tomorrow before warming up again and then taking a big drop on Sunday. Bianca. All
right, Liv, thanks so much. Well, developing news right now, anti-Israel protesters entering a day 2 at Barnard College. This is after students forced their way into one of the school's buildings yesterday. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt is live at the school in Morningside Heights, where pro-Israel protesters have now gathered today. Linda.
Yeah, hi there, Bianca. First of all, it's a little quiet right now, believe it or not, but earlier, until about 20 minutes ago, over my right shoulder here, there was a large group of pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas protesters. And then over my left shoulder over here, there was a group of, it was a counter rally in support of Israel and Jewish students. However, that group broke up about, say, 45 minutes ago. They have now dispersed and gone home. This group here, the pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian group, started marching about 15 minutes ago. Now go ahead, take a look at this video here, because there is a large NYPD presence here at Barnard College today. The demonstrators on both sides being kept inside barricades so that students can get on campus to go to their classes today. Now everyone entering the campus today must show their college ID. The pro-Palestinian group is making 3 demands from Barnard College. They want 2 students allowed back to school at Columbia University, which is affiliated with Barnard. Now, those 2 students were permanently expelled recently after they burst into a class at Columbia. That happened last month. And the class that they burst into was on the history of modern Israel. What they ended up doing there was throwing flyers around the classroom that contained anti-Israel rhetoric. The demonstrators also want amnesty for all students who have been disciplined for their participation in pro-Palestinian protests, and they also want a public meeting with the dean and the president of Barnard College. In the meantime, the counter rally that was held here today, it was held to support Israel and Jewish students who held up signs saying, "We just want to go to class. We don't want to be interrupted. We don't want to be prevented from entering campus." Now, this all follows yesterday when a group of mass protesters took over a building on campus that lasted for about 6.5 hours, and they injured a college employee. In the meantime, the college releasing a statement today saying that they have made no promises to those demonstrators and they have made no concessions. As to whether or not they are going to be meeting with these folks, that still remains to be seen. As I said earlier, my 12 o'clock live shot there, Bianca, this is a fluid situation. Anything could pop up at any moment. Back inside to you.
Certainly, that's one thing we do know, that it's all possible and subject to change. Linda, thanks so much. Meanwhile, we're learning more about the death of legendary actor Gene Hackman and his wife. The couple and their dog found dead inside of their New Mexico home. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini is in the newsroom with the very latest on this investigation. So, Stephanie, still a whole lot of unanswered questions as of right now.
Yeah, we've been monitoring the information coming into the newsroom. And again, still a lot of questions. But so far, investigators say there are no immediate signs of foul play. We're learning the couple had been dead for some time when their bodies were found in different rooms of their New Mexico home. While the official cause of their deaths is yet to be determined, many are wondering if carbon monoxide poisoning could be to blame. And we've learned a gas company is assisting in this investigation now. Gene Hackman had a long and successful career in Hollywood, but he got his start here in New York. His career spanned decades, and he received honors, including 2 Academy Awards. Here's a look now at his legacy.
Life is up there, and life always matters very much.
With over half a century in the public eye, Gene Hackman will be remembered for his intensity, charisma, and magnetism. Born January 30th, 1930 in San Bernardino, California, Eugene Alden Hackman grew up in Danville, Illinois with his maternal grandmother. He dropped out of high school at 16 and lied about his age to join the Marines. He served for 4.5 years, and while in the military, he worked as an announcer on Armed Forces Radio. Hackman made his way to New York in 1951, hoping to become an actor. He got his start on stage at the Pasadena Playhouse School. In 1958, he made his first appearance on the New York stage in Chaparral. 3 years later, he made his first feature film debut with a small non-speaking role in Mad Dog Call. And his Broadway debut came in 1964 with Any Wednesday. His first major film role was in Lilith. Hackman's role in 1971's The French Connection earned him his first Academy Award for Best Actor. He went on to play Lex Luthor, Superman's arch nemesis, in several films. In 1993, Hackman won his second Oscar. In 1993, Hackman won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Unforgiven. In 2003, Hackman starred in the legal thriller Runaway Jury, where he got a chance to act with his longtime friend Dustin Hoffman. In 2008, Hackman stepped away from acting. He went on to write several books. Painting was one of his hobbies. Hackman had 3 children with his first wife. They divorced in 1986. In 1991, he married his second wife, Betsy Arakawa, and they remained together until their deaths.
Gene Hackman was 95 years old. His wife, Betsy, was 64. Back to you, Bianca.
All right, Steph, thanks so much. Now to the very latest, the race for New York City Mayor. City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams addresses the possibility of her throwing her hat into the ring. Speaker Adams officially filing paperwork to form a campaign committee. She announced her intent to explore potential mayoral run at a press conference today, while this morning Mayor Adams spoke out about the possibility of the speaker jumping into the race.
I have taken some initial steps to ensure that I am prepared to quickly advance a campaign if and when I make a decision to run. Those things entail setting up a committee, preparing to put petitions in the field, setting up a campaign team, and of course participating in endorsements.
I don't care about all these people who are in the race. You know, you got all these folks that are in the race. I can care less. You know, I got the crown. They're trying to get the crown that I have. And there's only going to be one mayor.
Candidates have until April 3rd to file their petitions with the City Board of Elections if they do want to qualify for the June 24th primary election. Meanwhile, elected officials joining immigration advocates at City Hall this morning to protest the Trump administration's termination of temporary protected status to Haitian nationals. Demonstrators protested that policy change, and they're advocating for congressional intervention. The Trump administration will terminate temporary protected status for over 500,000 Haitian nationals by August of 2025. New York City is home to the largest Haitian community in the United States. And NJ Transit announces the launch of several initiatives designed to deliver immediate customer service improvements at several major stations across the state. Those initiatives will enhance customer service, station cleanliness, and security. Going forward, Newark Penn Station will close from midnight to 5 a.m. every day, starting mid-March, so that station can be cleaned. There will be digital displays for customers to see reliable transit information, and there will be customer service representatives readily available during morning and afternoon commutes. Well, there are 2 new confirmed cases of measles in New Jersey. The health department says the patients were in close contact to the original measles case that was reported February 14th. The individuals have been under quarantine, minimizing any additional potential exposures. But at this time, there are no additional cases, and officials are warning residents to stay up to date on their vaccines. And developing news, President Trump says he plans to continue with his plan to impose tariffs on Canada and Mexico starting next Tuesday. That is March 4th. The president says illicit drugs like fentanyl are being smuggled right into the U.S. and that import taxes, well, they would force other countries to crack down on the trafficking. So this tariff comes in addition to doubling the 10% universal tariff charge on imports from China. And as the Trump administration prepares for even more cuts to the federal workforce, thousands of fired workers from the U.S. Agency for International Development, they're clearing out their workspaces during limited timeframes today and tomorrow. Fox's Carolyn Shively has the very latest from Washington.
We appreciate all the work that you did. The federal downsizing continues in Washington. Workers fired or put on leave from USAID were given 15 minutes to grab their stuff and go. Those leaving the D.C. headquarters Thursday were greeted by supporters.
To be honest, I'm heartbroken. I thought I would be working here the next 20 years. So I'm just trying to figure out what's next, but I'm really proud of the work that we did do.
It's part of President Trump and the Department of Government Efficiency's plan to drastically reduce the federal workforce.
We have to. We're bloated. We're sloppy. We have a lot of people that aren't doing their job.
Federal agencies have until March 13th to submit plans for large-scale layoffs. Doge leader Elon Musk says without large cuts to federal programs, the nation could go bankrupt.
If we're to achieve a $1 trillion deficit reduction in financial year 2026, it requires saving $4 billion per day, every day, from now through the end of September.
But Democrats say cuts by the administration and congressional Republicans go too far.
They passed a budget resolution that not only is going to gut Medicaid and Medicare, but is going to make these cuts and federal firing permanent, even though they know it is making America less safe.
Donald Trump is a wrecking ball that's already damaging the American economy, and he's going to do even more of it.
Federal agencies are supposed to outline how they will consolidate offices or relocate outside of the D.C. area by April. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox 5 News.
And finally, Paterson, New Jersey, celebrating Dominican Independence Day. Today commemorates the Dominican Republic's fight for sovereignty. Those who attended that party, well, they were treated to traditional Dominican music and snacks. The mayor says he takes great pride in the community's vibrant culture, contributions, and history. And Paterson, actually home to New Jersey's largest Dominican community. Well, that's our news block for now. I'm Bianca Peters. Thanks so much for joining us. Tune in to the 5 o'clock news on Fox 5 and right here on Fox Local for all the day's news as it develops.